Hi Hunter, I'm good. I was just scrambling all of my materials before this, so I'm trying
Okay.
to install a camera in front of me as well, a DSLR. So
Oh yeah, you
yes.
got you're setting up all your tech there. Well, we can take a moment from Amy's advice. You probably caught a little bit at the end of there. We can just take like a little mindful breath, a little did you hear her do this? This was kind of cool. When she did this, it's just kind of like grounds.
ASMR.
Yeah, it is a little ASMR. So, Jethro, I said a little bit about your bio there. Is there anything you'd like to share with us before we jump into the topic at hand about your journey and where you are today versus maybe where you were when you started this journey?
Definitely, yeah. You know, I was an artist in the Philippines before coming here, and I tried to get into the entertainment industry, but I was really discouraged because I found out that there was no future for me in that industry if I was to be an openly, you know, you know, uh, an open queer person. But when I came here, it gave me a lot of opportunities. I didn't know that San Francisco and the Bay Area was like the mecca for the LGBTQ civil rights movement, and
Mm,
that really changed a lot of my perspective as a queer person. Yeah.
mm. Yeah, because you're a passionate filmmaker and you've made films about the queer culture. 50
Mhm.
Years of Fabulous, is that right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, tell me about first off, that has me right there. Like that's the best title ever. Tell me about 50 Years of Fabulous.
Tears of Fabulous is the story of the LGBTQ civil rights movement in the last 50 years through a very specific organization called the Imperial Council of San Francisco. It was
Mhm,
founded by a drag queen who in 1961 ran for public office in order to combat the police brutality that was happening here. They almost got into office with 6,000 votes, and that was the first time that someone ran openly as a queer person, and that was also the first time that the whole nation saw that there was a gay vote. And so
mm,
after that incident, no politician in San Francisco has not approached the LGBTQ plus community when they ran.
mm.
If they were planning to run, they would also engage our community because they saw that there was a potential to get our votes. Yeah.
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 What is Oh, go ahead,
And so
please.
the 50 years of the Imperial Council has been around for almost 60 years now. I mean, I made this film in 2015, and it was really, really eye-opening and educational to see the milestones that our community has gone through over the years, especially during the HIV and AIDS when everyone forsaken in us and forgotten about us and did not even care to take care of us. We had to organize and we had to raise funds for our community to save to save our friends who were dying, who didn't have money to pay their rents anymore because they were suffering from, the disease. So, yeah,
Yeah,
now, we're still surviving and we're still very resilient, even with, the current legislation that is happening against us. Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely. It's fascinating and lovely to hear how you shared that you didn't know that San Francisco was the Mecca, and then
Yeah,
you made this documentary.
actually. Yeah.
So, was it an opportunity for you to learn and also to share?
Definitely. I would say I was the perfect filmmaker to take that on because a lot of filmmakers or basically just in our community, a lot of people are jaded about the situation. But I was
Mhm,
so interested about learning who I am as a queer person and what history has already been has already happened and how do I align myself, especially during that time, 2015. everyone was about to become political, and I was searching how to align myself with my roots and my political stance as a queer person. And if you don't mind, I have a trailer that I can show you if you'd like to do that.
Yeah, yeah, sure, we can
All
cue
right.
that up.
All
Yeah.
right, here we go. I
Let's make
have it
sure
on
you have
here.
it ready. Oh,
Yeah,
I
I have it ready.
of
I was
course you
ready.
do. Amelia, can you make sure that Jethro can share their screen?
Yeah, we tried
You
it.
good?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
let's
we're
do
good.
it
All right,
and make sure we
here
can
we go.
hear it too. Of course, Zoom is so
Yeah,
finicky with that little button.
yeah, no
A
worries.
little
Here we
button.
go.
In those early dark years of AIDS, the only thing we had were each other.
Every night a week, they were fundraising. They were selling junk, they were auctioning.
I want to run so I can continue the legacy of the Imperial Court.
I'm proud to be part of this. Anybody that's in there is proud to be part of this.
United we stand, or divided they'll catch us one by one.
Yeah,
Wow.
a little snippet of that trailer.
Where can we watch the film?
You can watch the film on Amazon Prime. It's called 50 Years of Fabulous, or you can search my name as well, and you can watch some of my films that are in Amazon.
Amazing. What other films are you working on anything right now or any other things that you want to share with us?
I am working on something right now, but I wanted to show you first the film about my mom. This is a film you can also watch on Amazon. It's about my mother, who was a political activist in the Philippines, and the very person who inspired me to become an activist myself. I'm a drag queen as well, but she was the first person to show me the power of drag when the military was trying to look for her to kill her. She had to disguise herself. And my mom was very low key, and she had to put on makeup, she had to put on curl her hair. And I was like, looking back, I was like, that was actually drag. And
Wow.
drag in that perspective was mind blowing because it was self preserving. It was a radical act. It was trying to go against, the military, literally. So,
Yeah.
you know, so here's a trailer if you'd
Oh,
like.
great.
Well, yeah.
I don't know if there's sound for us, Jethro, just so you know.
This is what I do every morning. Throw parcels to my coworkers. I have to make sure no misthrows. The carriers will get mad. It's not hard. It's a no-brainer work. It's just heavy. It's labor.
It's my first time to see my mom working at the post office. I didn't really expect it to be really physical. It's totally different from how I knew her from before. Rowena, do you know my mom's past work in the Philippines?
Yeah. I think was she like one of the Gabriela Silangs, I don't know. I don't know how to call it. I'm contented with my work. I love my job.
This is the mother that I used to miss a lot growing up.
Wow.
Just a little trailer. My mom was part of the very first militant women's organization in the Philippines, Gabriela. And they fought against the dictatorship, the Marcos dictatorship. And it's so ironic that our current president right now is actually the son of the dictator, Marcos, Bongbong Marcos Jr. And the revolution continues in the Philippines up until now. Yeah.
Wow. It's so beautifully shot too, I have to say, just seeing
Okay.
those little snippets.
Yeah, just to give you an idea, the film is about me confronting my mom about my feelings of abandonment. My mom, she showed me the what um what love for country over
Mm,
yourself and your family means. And I'm getting emotional, sorry. But
mhm.
um um yeah, so my mom was absent most of the time, most of my life. She wasn't in my birthdays, graduations. And so I did not understand it at first, but you know, the film gave me the chance to do that. Yeah.
Mm,
I don't know why I'm still getting emotional. I've already made this like what, 10 years ago.
wow. No, it's beautiful. Thank you for being present and radically vulnerable. We've been talking about vulnerability all day today.
Mm,
This is a sacred moment. Thank you.
thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. How is it now with your mom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that film really gave our whole family a chance to heal. And so we have so much better relationship right now because nobody talked about that. And my mom had an idea, but she didn't really knew how we felt. So yeah,
Mm,
we have a really, really good relationship right now.
I love hearing that. I'm actually at my mother's home right now.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm here for the month. She just got a new hip and it was the first time she got surgery. And
Mm,
I said, you just tell me when it is and I'll be there, you know? And it's brought us closer too, you know?
nice. I love that.
Yeah. It's, I love hearing that you wanted to confront something straight on and you used the tools that you know how to speak through, which is filmmaking,
Mhm.
to learn, to ask questions, to discover, and do it even though it's delayed because it's a film, but you're still doing it publicly.
Well, in a way, I wouldn't say the issue was delayed. Like we all kept it in our hearts. And up
Right.
until that point that I had to sit down and really ask her these really hard questions.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Yeah.
Would you say she's, hearing about what you witnessed when she was in disguise and for you said, oh my gosh, that's drag, and she's an activist, is she one of your greatest inspirations to be where you are, as conflicted as that might have been as a child?
She is. She is up until now, yeah. No question about it. I just had some, of course, I didn't feel that I was taken care of by a mother.
Mm,
I saw her as an inspiration and as a hero. And so
mm.
when I was able to navigate this within myself through that film, my admiration for her even grew stronger, you know.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
Let's move on. I did,
Let's move on. Yeah, yeah. I don't want to pry you too much. Yeah, it's just so beautiful.
thank you.
Um, so seeing these films of self-discovery in a way, with 50 years of fabulous learning about queer culture that we are a part of, and then your own history, where in the timeline was it? Oh, because you said you do drag, but also you're non-binary. What part, where was that in the discovery? Were you making a film and or where did it come out?
Definitely. So I made 50 Years Fabulous, which exposed me to like the OGs of drag. And then and then at the same time I filmed a protest movement. And this is really I started to become politicized as a queer person.
Mhm.
I followed a protest movement against Facebook's real name policy. This is in
Oh
2015,
yeah.
right? And during that time when that rule was enacted, a lot of drag queens, a lot of domestic abuse survivors, Native Americans, people that don't follow the Anglo-Saxon name, people with two names, people with two spirits were expelled from the platform basically. And so I followed a movement that went to the Facebook headquarters, the protest. They hired two buses and they went to the Facebook headquarters in full on drag. You can just imagine how graphic and how
Oh my
visual
gosh,
that
yeah.
was, and as well as how politicized it was. And I also have a trailer to show you if you'd like to see that.
Roll the tape, Jethro.
All right, here we go. Do we have sound?
I don't hear anything.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, sure.
Let's do that again. Sorry about that.
Totally fine.
Let's get back to me first, and I will do this another way.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so to your question, after I made this film, my name is um the pandemic happened.
Mm-hmm.
And during the pandemic, I had so much time, like all of us did. And I started tinkering with drag. I mean, I have done drag before, but during the pandemic, that's when I really took it really seriously.
Mm.
And 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 so I started doing drag on TikTok. And a friend of mine who was an agent for TikTok, saw it and he's like, "Oh, hey, do you want to do something with your drag with TikTok?"
Huh.
And I said, "Why not?" So they recruited me to become one of their um instructor programs.
Oh yeah.
People. And so I became one of those, and I got paid for it. And I used the platform to teach about queer and trans representation in politics and pop culture, not just here, especially not here in the United States, but also all over the globe. I mean, we learn about things here in the US, but little do we know that there's a lot of movement happening outside here as well.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I can show you that first. Let me get to um, set up the other video and then I'll show you.
Sure.
I'll show you TikTok first.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Then you know we're gonna follow you.
So my drag name on TikTok is Virginia, please.
Virginia, please.
Virginia, please. Yeah, yeah,
Look
yeah,
at her. She is beautiful.
yeah. And so I make
God, yes.
videos
So
to,
fierce.
to get some attention for what's happening outside the US. For example, I have this
Mhm.
video about queer lingo. Who knows that there's a queer lingo in the Philippines? And so
Here are a few examples of gay lingo or Bekimon in the Philippines. Number one, char or chos or cheres or charity. This word has. Number three, Sandcastle lesba, which means gold star lesbian. Number four, Perlintauka, which means pearl diver. Again, here are five terms that refer to.
so yeah, there you go.
Wow. I
Um,
love this. Oh my gosh, this is so good. This is your quick hits of queer culture.
yes, definitely. Let's play another one, maybe the last one. Right.
Marsha P. Johnson is one of the prominent figures of the Stonewall Uprising of 1969. Johnson is a founding member of the Gay Liberation Front, the very organization that jump-started what we now call the Gay Pride Parade. Johnson also co-founded the radical street activist group Street Transvestite Action Revolutionaries, or STAR. Johnson was a drag queen herself who used her drag for gay liberation and political action. Marsha.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Preach, teach. Yes. Oh my gosh, so good. This is so great. And I love hearing that TikTok gave you the platform to be one of the programmers. And
Yeah.
so did that involve you talking to other people and getting other people involved, or is that specifically like, here's the platform, we boost you and you get your story out? How does that work?
Yes, it did. I invited some collaborators, and in fact, other collaborators invited me as well. I became um, a teacher for the day for the Rainbow History class from Australia, and I got
Mm.
some partnerships from there. I got commissioned by Doc Martens, and Gen X America as well to do some for Gen X. I did a promo video to invite the teenagers to vote. And for Gen X,
Mm.
I did a bit about the AIDS Memorial Quilt, which I think it's here as well if you're interested to.
Yeah, it's a very powerful quilt. If
Yeah.
you aren't aware of it,
It's
yeah.
very quick. It's only 1 minute, so I guess, you know. Oh,
Can you believe it? More than
Hold on, let's see. It should be here somewhere. How come I can't see it right now? Oh, here it is.
Nothing says a family heirloom like a quilt, but not every intergenerational quilt weighs 52 tons and spans 1.2 million square feet. In honor of World AIDS Day, Dr. Martins have invited us.
Oh, sorry, I always do that. Sorry.
That's
Nothing
okay.
says a family heirloom like a quilt, but not every intergenerational quilt weighs 52 tons and spans 1.2 million square feet. In honor of World AIDS Day, Dr. Martins have invited us back to share some more important history from our LGBTQ plus community. I'm Virginia Please, a Rainbow History class substitute teacher, and I'm going to tell you about the AIDS Memorial Quilt, the largest ongoing piece of folk art in the world. At a march in 1985,
All right, just a sample. If you see the whole of it, just go to my TikTok.
Yeah, I love the substitute teacher is so good. You imagine just like a regular, I love that idea of just like, I'm your sub today. And it was like, who is that?
All right, let's try the my name is again. If it doesn't work,
Okay,
you
I'll
can
let you know.
also,
Yeah.
yeah, let's see. Let's try it again. Hmm.
No sound.
Oh yeah, okay. I think I know what's wrong.
Okay.
Get acceptance and have everybody just get along. And the sisters were like, fuck that, we are different, and you don't have to ask people for your civil rights. They're yours. They're guaranteed to you. And you're a citizen just like everyone else. You should have all of the same rights. And I was like, my God, like a light bulb went off in my head and my mind exploded. And I was like, oh my God, you're right. I'm gonna fight for these things. I care about people. It was like, wow. And that changed my life.
Mm.
Right. Maybe just a sample. I was seeing that maybe we don't have time anymore. Am I right?
Yeah, we have about 5 minutes left.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, we can do this all
I
day with
wanted to invite people to a show that the pageant that I am producing right now for the GLBTQ plus Asian Pacific Alliance.
Mhm.
This pageant has been around for 35 years, and today's theme is Chrysalis. It's about, the hive mind, the community-minded Eastern, culture of, being in the community, and depending on the community, it's leading on to that. It's so we thought about insects, and then this is because for the costumes, butterflies.
Mhm.
It's a really, really different pageant, and it's really, really fun. There's a lot of laughs happening on stage. So if you're in the Bay Area, if you're keen to watch, I'm inviting you to watch and come to the Herb Theater on September 14 and see and honor and celebrate AAPI queer and trans identities.
Yes, 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 yes. Go to that. And I love chrysalis. That's a great correct me if I'm wrong. Chrysalis is the process of transforming from a caterpillar into a butterfly. Is that right?
Yes, 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 yes.
I love that. So that whole metamorphosis and that creation.
Metamorphosis. Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Oh, that's so fun. And I'm sure the outfits are gonna be fabulous.
Yes. Yeah, just my imagination is running wild.
Yeah. Are you going to make something for this or have something made for?
So the one thing we didn't show is actually my art.
Oh my gosh. You got more.
These are my sculptures. And so,
Whoa.
my next exhibit is, I made, hold on, I made a drag virus. This is in response to the anti-drag, anti-LGBTQ legislation that's happening right now. And on my exhibit, I made a drag virus, just jumping off of the idea that we're groomers, that we're contagious. And so I thought, oh, maybe I can visualize that through a virus, but not just a virus, a drag virus. Because I just find it absurd for them to think that we're groomers. I mean, yes, we are groomers. We're grooming you to become fabulous, but I'm just playing off of that and how stupid that idea is, and also
Yeah.
how fabulous that idea is. Yes, we are groomers, but
Yes, just not the kind you think. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, the kind you say we are. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
so
Jethro, you are a Renaissance human.
thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I'm blown away by your creativity, your self-expression, your curiosity, your radical vulnerability, your radical candor. You are just a huge inspiration and a delight to share space with. Thank you for inviting us into your world.
Thank you, Hunter, and thank you everyone who's watching.
Yeah. Jethro, before you log off, how can we best connect with you? What's the best way for folks to reach out,
Yes.
stay connected, follow you on all the things?
Yeah, please add me on TikTok, Virginia_ please, and on IG, Instagram, Jethro Cuenca, JETHROCUENCA.
Awesome. I'll make sure our reps drop that in the chat too, my friends. Can you drop that in the chat for all of our listeners? Jethro, thank you so much. You live in the Bay Area, correct?
I live in San Francisco. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna come find you when I visit.
Yeah, let me know.
I would love that. I absolutely will. Okay,
All right.
thank you. You are
Take care.
fabulous.
You too. Bye.
Bye.